Hi, I'm Chuck Colson with this week's 2-Minute Warning. You've probably met a young child who knows exactly how many miles it is to the planet Mars, or that Jupiter has 64 moons. How does he know that? He knows that because young children have an enormous ability to memorize facts. Parents and teachers recognized that as far back as the late Roman Empire. They also saw how what we would today call middle schoolers begin to put facts together into arguments and in the process become argumentative. And teenagers have always tried to understand who they are by attempting to express themselves. You and I were the same way. It's part of growing up. It's the process God has built into each of us. Ancient teachers observed and then built an educational system around human nature. They called it the trivium: grammar, dialectic, and rhetoric. And it's making a comeback in the classical and Christian education movement, and none too soon. Because our kids are really struggling. Test scores are down. Students lack even a basic command of history. Reading comprehension is dismal, and careful argumentation is an absolutely lost art. Listen to the teenagers and you'll understand. Modern education fails students because it mixes up the natural order of learning. We want third graders to express themselves when they ought to be memorizing the multiplication tables and rules of grammar. Then we wait until high school to teach foreign languages when students have lost the desire to memorize. And we allow students of any age to spout opinions on any and every topic without caring whether or not their arguments make any sense. Where'd we go wrong? Writing in the spring issue of the Wilson Quarterly, historian Daniel Walker Howe made the connection between classical education and virtue. Really important. He explained the rise of moral relativism undermined the role of classics in American education. Ever since the Middle Ages, he wrote, a classical education had represented a synthesis of reason and virtue. Citing scholar Carl Richard, Howe proposes that it was a consequence of declining confidence in human reason and virtue that diminished respect for the ancient writers and the heroes they celebrated. Moral relativism undercut trust in the standards the classical authors had long embodied. A classical education may therefore provide our younger generations a path back from moral relativism. At colsoncenter.org, we have online resources for you about classical Christian education. We also have a video of a speech I gave a few years ago at the conference held by the Association of Classical Christian Schools. I hope you'll watch it. And while you're at the Colson Center, be sure to find out about our DVD series about combating moral relativism by rebuilding America's ethical foundations, learning how to do character and do the right thing. It's called Doing the Right Thing. It's great for individuals, families, businesses, and small groups, and we're getting terrific reviews from people who are using it. So, first of all, pray about this for your kids. Contact a classical school in your area, look for resources on this subject, and talk with other parents. We can do better by our kids, and getting them a classical education, or at least exposing them to good resources, may be just the right thing. I'm Chuck Colson. That's this week's 2-Minute Warning.